Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Upside at Home Functional Movement Workout. This week's workout is going to be an isometric workout. So an isometric contraction is where a muscle is contracting, but the muscle belly isn't, or the muscle fibers aren't lengthening or shortening at any stage. So kind of like with a bicep curl, that's an isotonic contraction. The muscle gets shorter and longer as you go through the movement. With an isometric contraction, the muscle is staying the same length. So a good example of that is a plank, which is in this one. So essentially you're holding a contraction for a period of time. Yeah, that's the gist of it. So today's session is going to be a little bit different to the other one. So we're going to be doing 12 exercises, all in a row, and we're going to do it 3 times. So the first time we're going to do it, it's going to be a 1-minute hold. With a 20-second rest, and then it's going to be a 45-second hold with a 15-second rest, and then we're going to finish off with a 30-second hold and a 10-second rest. So this workout's going to go for a bit over half an hour. You can drop out after each set depending on what you can sort of handle with it. I don't expect you to hold the contractions for the entire thing. Some people might be able to, some people might not. Everyone's a little bit different. So yeah, we're just going to work on what you can and can't do. I'm going to go through the exercises now, and then we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up, and then we'll get into it. So yeah, 12 exercises today. So the first exercise we'll be doing is a sumo or a frog squat. So the easier of the two is the sumo squat, so your feet are going to be much wider than hip width apart. Toes out on a 45, you're just going to be dropping the bum down, so it's about knee height. You're pushing your knees out. If you want to get in, you can get the elbows in and pushing that out. Beautiful, that's the sumo squat, and we're just going to hold that. The frog squat, a little bit harder, so your feet will come in a little bit, and you're dropping as low as you can go, and trying to bring your shoulders and your head up. And you're going to be holding that down a lot lower. Beautiful, so that's the frog squat. Then we've got the wall sit. So, back up against a wall, dropping the bum down so it's the same height as the knees again. So hips at 90 degrees, knees at 90 degrees, ankles underneath the knees. We're just going to be holding that. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you put your hands on the outside of the knees and pushing the knees out. Beautiful, so that's the wall sit. Then we've got a tiptoe stance. So if your balance is pretty good, pick a spot on the floor, up onto your toes, and just holding. So you're up onto that 4-foot. We're just going to hold that. If you're not great with balance, if you still need the wall, you can sort of just have a fingertip on it and just taking it off as you need it, just finding that guide. That's the tiptoe stance. Next one is a hamstring bridge. So dropping down. So if you're laying flat, you're just bending the knees a little bit, just a tiny bit, and then lifting the hips up into a bridge. And this one loads up the hamstrings. So you're going to be holding that. Beautiful. And as I said, if you're getting tired at any stage, you can drop out and then come back up and just work in increments of 10 seconds or 15 seconds, whatever it allows, but just try to go for as long as you can. That's the hamstring bridge. The next is the all fours knee lift. We've got many names. Just the easiest one to describe this. So on all fours, up onto your toes, and then lift the knees up. We're just going to be holding those knees up above the ground. Beautiful. So that's that one. Then we've got the plank. Beautiful. So on the forearms, elbows underneath the shoulders. If you want to drop down onto the knees, you can. Beautiful. So that's that one. Then we have a side plank. So on the forearm, elbow under the shoulder, lifting the hips up, and then just trying to get a nice straight line on that underside of the body. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can lift that top leg up, trying to get a straight line above. Beautiful. We're going to do that on both sides. So make that nice and even. So then the next exercise is a wall T-hold. So back up against the wall, put that around. You just want to have a nice neutral spine. So your feet, heels don't need to be against the wall. But your bum, your shoulders, and the back of your head do. And then we're just going to bring the arms out, either side, so you shape like a T. And then with the back of the elbow and the back of the forearm, on both sides, just been pressing into the wall. You should feel a nice squeeze between your shoulder blades. We're just going to hold that. Beautiful. Then we have a floor assisted L sit. So, hands just either side of your hips, fingers pointing behind you, legs straight, up on your heels, and then lifting your butt up. I'm just going to hold that. To make it a little bit easy, you can bend the knees. We're trying to work out to that straight leg. Alright, so that's that. The next one is the boat pose or hollow body. So two different exercises, one's a bit easier than the other. Boat pose is feet up, sort of shins parallel to the floor, shoulders back, and then arms straight out either side of your legs. We're just going to hold that. And then a little bit harder is the hollow body, which is laying flat on the ground, arms above your head, hands facing to the ceiling, and then you, with straight legs, lifting your heels up, and then lifting your shoulder blades up, off. Yep. Beautiful, so that's that one. And finally, the last exercise is a bent arm pike. So, in that sort of downward dog sort of position, or a half pike or a pike, and then bending the elbows down. And we're just going to hold that. Good for the triceps. Beautiful. So they are the exercises for today. So that's that. We'll do a quick little warm up now, and then yeah, we'll get straight into it. So just start the timer. Beautiful. 5 seconds. 5. So a quick 5-minute warm up. So start just in a downward dog position, pushing the hips back, and then dropping the hips down. Chest up. And back, hips to the ceiling, and dropping back down. Yep, coming back up. And we're just going to do some little calf pumps. Walking up under your chest. And back out. Under the chest. And back out. And then drop into a pigeon pose. Working the chest over the foot, and then to the other side. Middle, swap in. Round to the foot. And to the other side. Yeah. Coming up onto into a lunge position, slightly bent knee, and then just leaning over the top. As far as you can get down, to work your way down the shin. Come back up onto the heel, straight knee, try and pull your toe up. Yeah, back into the lunge and then driving the hip forward. Yep, alright, swapping sides. So, knee about 45 degrees, running the hands down to the foot. Should get a high hamstring stretch on this one. pulling the toes up. Yep, foot flat, hip forward, stretching. Nice stretch through the front of the hip. Alright, good. Standing up, arms out, just doing some gentle rotations, just mobilising the back. Yep, now wideish stance, hands down to the ground, just touching between your feet, and then reaching up. Reaching down, and reaching up. Push one hip out, and lean to the side, and to the other side. One more on each. Alright, now just rolling the shoulders forward and back. Alright, hanging the head, rolling the head. Let's do 5 rolls one way, 5, and back the other way. Okay, so 10 seconds to start. Alright, so the first exercise is the sumo squat. So remember, feet wide, toes pointing out, and drop down. So if this one's a little bit too easy, I guess we'll know. But yeah, you should be feeling it. Working through the sort of high hamstrings, big stretch through the groin. So if you do want to make it a bit harder, dropping all the way down. Now your heels should stay on the ground. Good work, 15 seconds to go. So it's going to be a 20-second rest, and then we're going straight into a wall sit. Beautiful. Alright, coming up. So yeah, remember your feet are coming out to a point where, so here probably the length of your femur away from the wall. If you don't know that, learn it. But yeah, so dropping the hips down, 90, 90, gone early. Here we go. So yeah, a minute in the wall sit. So yeah, if you wanted to make it a little bit harder, you can pop a band around the knees. If you don't have a band, just placing your hands on either side of the knees and just pushing out. If you want to go get a band, you can pause it and go grab one. But don't stress. Your back should be nice and relaxed against the wall. Quads should be burning a little bit. Glutes firing. Good stuff. 10 seconds to go. Right, shake the legs out. Ooh. The next one is the tiptoe stance. So yeah, staying close by that wall. Easiest way is just to find a spot on the ground and focus. We're not trying to go on the point, but just up onto that forefoot. There we go. Really get the ankles working on this one, your hip stabilizers. Yeah, really eyeballing a spot in the room. Put all your focus on that. It's important with these sort of isometrics to keep your breathing nice and relaxed. You don't want to be holding your breath. It's a long time to hold your breath. Try to bring that weight almost in between that sort of big toe, second toe area. You don't want it sort of shifting out too wide. Go, 10 seconds. Good. 4. Nice. After all this, give the muscle we've just worked a little bit of contraction, right? Get the blood flowing through there. Whew. Okay, so laying on your back. This one's the hamstring bridge. So find a point of knee bend that's comfortable for you and lift. Whew. Make sure you've got the glutes squeezed. Halfway. Good stuff, 10 seconds. Stuff. Alright. Oh yeah. 10 seconds more rest. We're going into the all fours knee lift now. So just rolling on the other side. Knees under hips, toes up, hands, and lift. Really engaging your stomach on this one, the abdominals. Nearly halfway there. Remember, if you need to sort of drop the knees down, do it for a couple of seconds, come up, try to work in, sort of pick a number and work in those increments. Ten seconds to go. Right, so the next one is your stock standard plank. Nice. After the plank, that's halfway through the 12 exercises. Nowhere near halfway through the workout though. And down. Halfway. Yeah, 10 seconds. Alright, so we're going to the side plank. So we're going to do a minute on one side, a minute on the other. If you need balance, you put a foot up front or behind. No adrenaline. 20 seconds to go. Ish. Five seconds. Oh. Tough. Oh. Get yourself into position early so you can maximise rest. Here we go. Other side. Halfway. Ten seconds. Standing up for the next one, so up onto your feet, back over to the wall. And the next one is the wall T hold. Arms out, remember forearms, elbows into the wall. And hold. As this isn't a body weight exercise, you're sort of controlling the contraction. Imagine there's a marble between your shoulder blades and you're just trying to hold it, you don't want to drop it. "20 seconds. If you need a longer rest between any of these, just pause the video, come back to it when you're ready. Nearly done. 5 seconds. Roll the shoulders out. Alright, we're doing the floor assisted L sit. Legs out straight, fingers pointing back. And lifting hips. Halfway. If you need to drop down, go for it. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, you can do that. 20 seconds. Nearly there. 5, Okay, so the next one is the boat pose or the hollow body. So the boat pose, legs up, take the shoulders back a little bit, arms out by your side, trying to keep the chest up, neutral spine, like that. If you want to do the hollow body, a lot harder. Ankles up, shoulder blades off the ground. I'm not cut out for that one though. So knees together, ankles together, shoulders back. Trying to keep the shins parallel with the ground, arms parallel with the ground and the shins. 10 seconds to go. And then one more exercise. Then we're going to have a quick little break, drink of water, go again. Beautiful. So the next one is the bent arm pike. Yeah, so high hips, downward dog sort of position. And then bending the elbows. Head down to the mat. What do you want to work with? This one's pretty hard, so you can straighten out into the pike and then lower down again. Oh. Five seconds. Good stuff. So that's the 1 minute hold part of the workout. Have a quick little break, drink of water, and we're going to come back and do the 45 seconds. There's only 15 more minutes left of holds. Good stuff, guys. Oh, not an easy workout, this one. So the next part of the workout, we're doing it all again, 45 seconds with a 15-second rest. Alright, I'm going to kick things off now. If you want a bit of a longer break, pause it now, and then start again when you're ready to go. Here we go for part 2, 45 seconds. 10 seconds, so we're doing that sumo squat, frog squat to start. Our feet wide, toes pointing out. And dropping down. So that's the sumo squat, where your femurs are parallel with the ground. Otherwise you can drop a bit lower if the body allows it. Remember, if your heels aren't flat on the ground doing this, come back up into that sumo squat. This is a nice position to be able to practice to get into. Really good for hip mobility, knee mobility. Yeah, 10 seconds. Yeah. Beautiful. Coming out, shake the legs out. Back up to the wall and down into that wall sit. A little bit harder the second time around. Twenty seconds to go. Okay, so shake the legs, turn the hips around, doing the tiptoe stance. So if you need balance, stay close to the wall, otherwise pick a spot on the floor and come up. Oh, fine. The lower body holds are always a lot easier than the upper body. There we go, 3 seconds. Beautiful. Pump your ankles out a little bit. Alright, got a hamstring bridge. Laying down. Maybe you can shorten the lever length by bringing the heels a bit closer and make it a little bit easier. Remember to keep your glutes squeezed. Try not to load up the lower back too much. 10 seconds. Going to a planker. Oh no. We're doing the all fours. Knee lift next. Then the plank. So rolling over. Here we go, 3 seconds. You ready? Go halfway. Hard not to stare at the clock while you're doing these ones. Seconds go forever during an isometric. 5 seconds. "15 seconds. Try to get the weight off your arms in between these because we're going straight into the planks now. So you want to get some bit of rest through there. Here we go. Down into a plank. Fifteen seconds. Get on to the right arm first. Into position. 10 seconds. How's that? Rock off the floor after this one. So, up on your feet quickly. Nearly done. Nice. Okay. Up against the wall. We're doing the T-holds, remember. Feet a little bit away from the wall. Arms out. Forearms into the wall. Trying to squeeze that marble. So halfway. Only 3 more holds after this one to get another rest. Loosen the shoulders. Go down to the floor. Yep, go down to the floor assisted LC. So straight down. That's the halfway mark. Alright, so now we're doing the boat pose, and then we're going to finish off with bedtime hike, and then we're going to rest. You can do the hollow body if you want, but this one's on. I will not be joining you. Ten seconds. Good stuff. One more. One to go. Oh, bedtime hike. Here we go. rest time. Wow, right, quick little drink of water. Go back in a second. Alright. So that's 3/4 of it done, knocked off. Third set to go. Should be easy, what we're doing now. So it's just a 30-second hold with a 10-second rest. So should know the orders. I'll say it sort of as it's one exercise is finishing or just the start of the rest. Yeah, we're going to move through it pretty quickly. So, if you need a longer break, just pause the video now and come back when you are ready. Here we go. 8 minutes to go, 6 minutes of hold, 2 minutes of rest. We're going to kick it off. 10 seconds. So, sumo or frog squat. In position, feet wide. 5 seconds. Beautiful. Wall sit, up against the wall. Sort of slide down into a half one just to get ready. And here we go. We'll fly through this before we even realise. We've got 10 seconds. Alright, so we're doing a tiptoe stance. So don't go too far from the wall. Feet hip width apart. And up. Cool. Starting to fatigue, losing balance. Find that spot. Keep the heels up. There we go. Alright, so now we're doing a hamstring bridge. So straight onto the mat. Into position. And lift. Alright, gotta be better at taking the next exercise. So after this one we'll be doing the all fours knee lift. So start off this one, finishes, roll over onto your stomach and get into that all fours position. Cool. So all fours knee lift. And after this one we'll be doing a plank. And down, get ready to lift up. 3 seconds. triple plank. So I find it's easy to start on an abdominal arm. Good thing to tell you in the third set. Side plank. After this we're going to move on to the other side. Other side. And then after this we're doing that wall T hold. Straight up to the wall. Arms out. Pushing. And squeeze. Nearly there. Now we're on the floor assisted L sit. So back down to the mat. Oh. Maybe a minute and a half of holds to go. So after we finish this, we'll do the boat pose and then finish with the burn arm pike. All done. Harder than normal this week. Alright, so into the boat pose and then finish with the burn arm pike. Here we go. There you go, nearly done. And then bend arm pike. Maybe I'll get it right this time. Five seconds. Done. Thanks for doing this week's class with me. I can't really talk right now. So thanks for doing this week's upside at home isometric workout. Make sure you give me some feedback. I hope you enjoyed this class and see you next week.